Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1, and Arsenal get the job done again, just like last week against Spurs, where it seemed like all the pressure was on them because Man City played before them. It happened again this week, and Arsenal have got the job done again. Obviously, City played Leeds last night, got a 1-0 victory, Man City, which in a game I don't think City played well. They got the job done and they got the win. And that's exactly what Arsenal have done here today. I don't think Arsenal played well today, but they've got the win and they've got the job done. And that is all that matters when you're in a title race going for the Premier League. It's just about winning these games. Doesn't matter how you win them. It's just about getting 3 points on the board. And that is exactly what Arsenal have done again this evening. But, listen, wasn't a game full of many big chances. I mean, all 3 goals came from set pieces, and, it's crazy to me that, especially this season, how heavy the Premier League is from set pieces this season. It's just gone up like that, hasn't it? The amount of goals from set pieces. It's just, I mean, listen, it's a way to score. I mean, are Arsenal boring and predictable? Yes, I think they are. And I do believe that this Arsenal team could be one of the worst Premier League winners of all time. But, Arsenal fans won't care as long as they win it, but it's still on. Man City is still in the race. There's going to be bumps, probably for both teams. There's 9 games to go. 9 games to go. That is it. That is not many at all. We're into single digits now, people. Yes, Arsenal still have to go to the Etihad. And, if Man City win every single game, they win the league. Because, same for Arsenal in that matter. Same for Arsenal. But I don't expect... But no, neither of them can win every single game because they've got to play each other. But I do expect bumps for both teams still in this season. But what they are showing at the minute is that they can grind out results, especially Man City. And this was a grind today for Arsenal. I think Chelsea played well today. I do. I think Chelsea, in my opinion, I think Chelsea were the better team. I do. But none of that matters. None of that matters because Arsenal have got the win and that's what they needed to do. But, touching on Chelsea, ill-disciplined. Again, another red card for Chelsea, which we'll talk about a little bit in a minute. But yeah, I think Chelsea are very close to breaking the Premier League record for most red cards in a single season. They're getting dangerously close to breaking that record, Chelsea, and that is not a record that you want to have because, what did I just say? It shows ill-discipline. And it shows that, you're not helping. It's not helping anybody. And that's a big defeat for Chelsea in the Champions League race. Villa will be praying and thanking the Lord that result has happened today because Villa are struggling. Obviously, United and Liverpool both won this weekend, and Chelsea have lost. So I think, especially in the Champions League race, I think the winners are Liverpool and Manchester United this weekend, 100%. I do still think Chelsea could finish top 5. I do still think Aston Villa will drop out. I do. I just think Villa. I think Villa just need to focus on Europe. I do. So I do think Villa will drop out. I do think Chelsea will get top 5. But yeah, the red cards need to stop for Chelsea because it is hindering, it's hampering the games and the results for Chelsea, no doubt. So Rossini really needs to try and get that sorted, but. That's something that's not taught on a training pitch. That's the players. It's down to the players. And, just making the right decisions, and it's clearly not what they're doing. But let's talk about the goals. and the red card. Arsenal take a 1-0 lead in the 21st minute. William Saliba with the goal. I do think Chelsea were slightly on top before this goal went in. But Arsenal get a corner. Arsenal's first corner of the game, this was. And it's all the way crossed in by Saka to the back post. Gabriel just completely mauls Reece James, really. I mean, Reece James got absolutely no chance. Gabriel heads it back across the box, and Saliba just guides it in. I mean, it does hit Sarr, but it is counted as Saliba's goal because it was heading in, it was heading on target, so Saliba claims it, and Arsenal take a 1-0 lead. You know, then it was quite even after that. You know, that goal kind of lifted Arsenal a little bit. They got it back even. But then on the stroke of half-time in the 47th minute, Chelsea equalise through a corner of their own. Reece James whips it into the near post, and Nketiah rises and accidentally glances it into the far post. An own goal by Nketiah. No chance for Raya. It just glances off his head. Nketiah completely mistimes his jump. And at half-time, it's 1-1, and I think Chelsea deserved that goal. I think Chelsea were the better team in the first half. I think they were a better team overall, but I think Chelsea did deserve that goal at half-time. I think 1-1 was a fair reflection of that first half, I do. And, you know, it made it an intriguing second half. And then we go into the second half, and there is an incident I do want to talk about. I think Chelsea should have had a penalty at 1-1. From a corner again, Saliba has got his hands around João Pedro. He's literally bear hugging João Pedro, and the and VAR don't even check it, I don't think. And I'm like, I think that's a penalty. I think it's a penalty. Saliba gets nowhere near the ball. He's hugging João Pedro, literally bear hugging him. Nothing given. Nothing given. Like, what are we doing here? You know, this is not MMA. You can't just wrestle people to the floor. So, you know, I was stunned that wasn't given a penalty, to be honest. And then, yeah. So, that doesn't get given. That happened about like the 55th minute, quite early on in the second half. But then also do take the lead. This time, another corner, third set-piece goal of the afternoon. Jurrien Timber with the goal. Kind of just, I think, gets crossed in by Declan Rice this time. And it kind of just comes all the way through, to be honest, to Timber. Sanchez gets blocked off. It's not a foul. I mean, that one's not a foul. Sanchez wants a free kick, never going to get it. He just gets blocked off, and Timber just puts it into an empty net, really, because Sanchez kind of falls over. And yeah, Arsenal take a 2-1 lead. And then 4 minutes later, Pedro Neto gets sent off. Second yellow card for Pedro Neto. The first yellow card was shown to him from Ivory at the referee, because he thought that there should have been a foul for the Arsenal second goal. And then this second yellow card, I just can't even like fathom what he's doing. This is bizarre to me. I mean, I think Chelsea get a corner, Arsenal clear it away, and Gabriel Martinelli is running down the wing. Pedro Neto, he's not diving in. He's not diving in, and then he just dives in. I'm like, You've not dived in for a good 5 to 10 seconds. Why are you diving in now? It made no sense, and it's clearly a second yellow card. Takes his legs. Clearly a second yellow card for Pedro Neto, and that is the ill discipline I'm talking about. Just stupid by Neto. What is he doing? And as soon as that happened, it was over. It was over then. Chelsea weren't going to get back into the game with 10 men, and they didn't. You know, it finished 2-1 to Arsenal. Chelsea, they pushed at the end. Garnacho had an effort saved by Raya. You know, Chelsea thought they equalised right at the death through Delap, but João Pedro was clearly offside in the build-up. But yeah, Arsenal get the job done again, and you know, Man City fans must be thinking, God, we're doing our job, but Arsenal keep doing theirs, and that's all that matters for Arsenal fans and players. But again, I don't think Arsenal were great. You know, set piece FC again, but a win's a win. 3 points is 3 points. The gap is back to 5. 9 games to go. It's going to be intriguing. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll catch you later.